here. There we go. Johnny, thank you for the heart, man. Thanks for joining the team, Johnny. Oh, we got a legendary. Oh, we got some Valiant gauntlets. Let's check this shit out. 10% parry efficiency and 15% attack damage with swords and daggers. Honestly, that's not bad. That's pretty fucking good if you're going to use a sword or a dagger. I'm going to stick with my plus 20 critical damage for now, but that's a good one. That was a good one we just found. Yeah, Amelia Mystic, I have Discord and Instagram. Yep, I have both. Should have links, maybe not to my Instagram, but to my Discord should be for sure on Twitch. We had gumbo today. It was so good. Ooh, I'm a little jealous. Was it like some homemade gumbo, or you like pick it up from the store, or go to a restaurant? Dish. Ooh, homemade. Beautiful. That sounds delicious. Oh. Fuck you, spider.
This one's mine. Arms up.
Okay. I'll check the Discord later, after stream, Amelia. He's already done.
Just like the good old days.
What are you talking about? What good old days? We've known each other for like a week, bro.
I'm not making it. What about you? You're the envoy. Of all people, you should know.
Know what?
I was out hunting for spring bears yesterday evening when I saw a group of soldiers in the woods. I didn't linger long. I didn't want them to notice me, but they were adhering. I'm sure of it.
Okay, where were they going?
I'm not sure. They looked like they were arguing. Maybe they were lost. I also saw the most unusual woman. She was alone, but I couldn't see her face behind the cowl and mask.
Okay. That would be Inquisitor Ludwin. Yeah, you want to keep her distance, distance from her.
An Inquisitor? Here? In Emerald Stair? What did I tell you?
Barrett's bells, give it a rest.
I wouldn't have taken Ludwin for a walk in the woods type, but who knows?
Well, I'm gonna have to send you a Discord invite. It's gonna take a minute. I'll do it later, Amelia.
You showed up at a bad time.
Why did I show up at a bad time, Mr. Nico?
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giatta's about to tear that poor man a new one.
Okay. Well, that's where I'm headed.
Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
Hell yeah.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
Hell yeah.
This isn't the first time Giatta's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
Alright. How are you faring against the Dream Scourge?
Not well, apparently. Giatta says it's infected the farms, and every day it gets harder to doubt her.
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
No shit.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
I was hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when
I
animancers
pretty much
fight.
brought that plague bear down by myself.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Alright. Really don't want to talk to the governor, but I also don't really want to explore without having all my quests. That's just going to be a waste of time. I guess we head inside, find the governor's mansion. I can also check the stores, see if there's any dope weapons. I need a wand, man. I need a unique wand. What the hell?
The Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way.
And to whom am I speaking?
Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy. While they theorize and do nothing, the sickness spreads. But worry not, envoy. The Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adirian interests when the time comes.
Bitch, what you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a broadside.
Yeah, no shit. Alright.
Genuine healing crystals. Purest in all of Eora. Rejuvenate and revitalize your personal essence.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or Barrett's spells, perhaps?
No, but I could steal all your stuff that you have sitting around, which isn't very much.
Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
Alright. Oh, we got exceptional now. Ooh. Ooh, I could get an exceptional wand. Ooh, awakened add. That's a lot of fucking money, man. Oh, there we go. Charged missile, 5% attack.
One incredible voice on her.
Yeah, not bad. And shocking leash hits deal 10% bonus shock damage. That would actually be helpful. Because I already do a lot of shock damage. Dude, I need so much more money. Holy shit, though. Like, Bowsers. 8 grand for the purple ones? Like, holy shit. Phew.
All ingredients are fully
Bye.
stocked.
Like, good lord. I'm so broke.
Spirits are truly wonderful, powerful, self-aware, and rich with insight.
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only two rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice. Cloves, cinnamon, and anise are just a few of the remedies that help foster a peaceful environment. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
If he was in Skyrim, he'd be a Khajiit.
Their anxiety keeps me in business. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle. Imagine what we could accomplish if more Animancers took a little time to focus on themselves. Now, will there be anything else? Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse. One day, a magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen. Among other things, it told my father the recipe for a blueberry tart. Popular item until the recent troubles. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable. But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
Oh.
Regrettably, we are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Not in the chance.
The fields have been unproductive of late, and what grows has not risen to our standard. I am hopeful that this is a temporary setback and not a sign of things to come. What? I mean, I'm sorry. What? Could you possibly elaborate?
What? I found a note by her shop. Very steamy. Ooh.
Oh no, I mean... Oh, yes? It's just that these sorts of things happen to other people, but never me. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Start by flirting.
I was afraid you were going to say that. It seems I need to gather my wits and figure out what to do next. I have no skill with romance, you see.
He has no riz.
Oh, dear.
Minus 10% ability essence cost, plus 15% shock damage. Ooh. What are mine? Critical damage? Oh.
one, come on. My invention is guaranteed to enlarge your essence. A moment of your time, my friend. Tell me, what do you know about your soul? Wrong. Your soul is an ancient, wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel. That's the beauty of it. The first treatments on the house. The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul. So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh? Of course you do. That's what healthy feels like. Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of animancy. Enjoy your soul.
Hope you don't start seeing other people's past lives or anything.
Animancy, the
She's
mother
just
of
a
invention.
swindler.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I found. Dude, my spidey senses for loot are like pretty good.
Have you heard? Giatta's causing trouble at the governor's mansion again.
You must admit she has a point. We should do something about the dream scourge. Not simply wait for it to pass.
Zakai, thank you for the cheering crab.
The governor has ears all over town.
Cheering crab. Oh, ooh, a turquoise. Thank you. You guys didn't see that, right? I saw that. Oh, wow, I did all that work and I literally could have just walked up
Just
here.
wanted to see the crab dance on your head.
Did it dance on my head? I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. Did it dance on my head? Was it funny? Whee! What to explore now? What to explore now? Frog. Loot. Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, this feels very fancy. Look at all these books. Welcome back, Harley. I want to make sure I read all the books in here that I want to read. Alright. I think we're good. Oh.
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
I shall be alone.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
Maxim, where did you go? No darkness, only color.
Oh, yo, she's got the dream scourge, dog. What the fuck? Get out of there, guys. Get out of there. Ah, that bitch has the dream scourge. Ah. Quick, we need alcohol.
Giata, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now.
Thank you for the hot me, Alima.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us.
I'm about to throw this guy under the fucking
My
bus.
goodness. Are you a godlike?
Yes, ma'am. 8-bit nostalgia at your service, ma'am.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
I mean...
Tempers are high, but I don't see any assassins. Yet.
Hey, thank you for the
Excuse
team
me, but
cheer.
unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
Excuse me, but I'm captivating to this captivating young lady.
Did you hear that, Ignacy? You should be taking notes.
Ah, of course. The Adiran envoy. Ambassador Hilgard sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Not you for
Now
much longer.
that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
How about your wife?
Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now our farms.
That's why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, Bring back its soul and its sanity. Cut off the dream scourge at the root.
Fuck yeah.
Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Depose him.
Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Once again, bureaucracy stands in the way of getting things done.
Goddamn right.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
That's fair.
I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. You don't appreciate just how dangerous that could be. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
Okay, well... maybe we can solve the Dream Scourge rationally. Let cooler heads prevail.
Then we'd better do it somewhere else. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
What?
Whoa. You're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
You're making a mistake.
Perhaps, but I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried.
Hello,
now
Harley.
live
Hello,
back to your
B.
giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I'll find us another bedroom.
Another time, my boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have summons. I don't think so.
You startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the Dream Scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead. Oh, sure. I can't take the blame for all of Fior's problems, But my negligence has only made things worse.
Oh, yeah?
The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Well, what the heck? Are you referring to the old Valian custom of offering fresh food for the recently dead?
That's exactly it! Well done! I have always observed it, and I brought it with me when I came to Fjord. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
I did, yes. With things the way they are, there was no other way to get what I need for the ritual. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't have taken the food. But this ritual is the key to everything. I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead. But this does help the living. By appeasing the dead, we end the dangers their anger caused. The crops will grow again. The dream scourge will end. All will be well once more. You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast. Loggers from the old days, they sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp. The final I understand how it looks, but I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
One job, and I couldn't even do that.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego. What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Messiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
Can we still fight the Dream Scourge?
We'll have fewer resources to work with, but anything's possible. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want, on my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long. In a way, I do. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
Well, I'm looking forward to working with you.
Likewise. This should be educational for us both. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
You think there might be a connection?
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Anamancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by... I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave Fior Messiverno. Forever.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be all right. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast. Don't worry. Ignacy can't banish us all. Monto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name, and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
Okay. What's your theory on the Dream
I'd
Scourge?
rather not speculate until we have more data. If you have questions, I'm sure the others can answer them. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations.
And Zakai, to answer your question earlier
Next time we
about
go
the
shopping.
Hunter Hunter,
Imperial Envoy.
neither me
Research
nor
assistant.
Jessica really like it.
Who knew?
We kind of feel like it kind of took a weird turn, but then it starts to focus on Gon and Killua again, so it's not like bad.
Careful, or we'll get thrown out of the pub. We're already thrown out. Really? Huh. And when did that happen? Can't say. You, my friend, need some water.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, that's for sure. I mean, it's still not terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see his dad till like the last episode or like last couple episodes. At this point, I mean, we're on like episode 90 of like 120. At this point, I don't think he's, if he even shows up at all, like fuck, we might get screwed. He might not even show up. I wouldn't be half surprised if that happens.
And all godlike. In case it wasn't clear, if you must know, Vulpinet, these bounties are more pressing than my research. That person happens to be me. At least. Aureta. Delangan. They are not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, ne?
Okay. Yeah, it is a little weird though.
You ever think?
I don't think we're gonna see his dad for a while.
Pour you a drink. Well, I'll be. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The Animancers never...
I find it entertaining to watch.
I might be more amused if it didn't happen so often. But that's Animancers for you.
Yeah?
Except Giata and Quilici, that is. They are the only Animancers. Try telling that to Vidaro and the Animancers. But the rest of us, we've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad, terror stalking the wilderness day and night.
Yep. The stories are true. I've seen the Dream Scourge myself.
Birth's bells, of course. If Emerald Stair runs out of food, we are in dire straits anyway. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
Yeah, what do you got for sale? Take those lockpicks.
Welcome back, Envoy.
Lieutenant Fidelio.
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Can I help you?
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
What's the matter, friend?
My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
You need them found? I'm at your service.
Praise Ilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once. But since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
Dip the pen in the inkwell?
I wouldn't have put it that way, but all right.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and I...
Got it.
The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ado, well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Show star metal.
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well. Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Ah.
Is there anything else I can help?
Ooh. Man, he's got all kinds of good stuff. God dang it. Ooh, lodestone. One-handed mace. Power attacks deal low stun to nearby enemies. Greater stunning, plus 20 stun. That's awesome. I don't want to buy that, but I kind of don't. Traylocks, thank you for the heart me, man. Ooh, he's got all that armor too. Yeah. Nice. Awakened Adra.
Welcome to my fine establishment, I mean.
It's going pretty good.
Confounded machine.
How's it going with you? How you doing?
What do you think of Giatta's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little...
unpredictable? Like the essence has no sense of direction.
How did you know?
We should talk, but not here.
I have to do something. I can't let anyone else discover this. Ah, Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
Is Monto giving you trouble? You look exhausted. When was the last time you slept?
I'm not concerned with that. Not now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. we can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe Animancy should be reined in.
We can't fear knowledge just because a few people might abuse it. Set an example, show your colleagues it can be used for good.
How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Okay. You do whatever you want.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giatta.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike.
Well,
welcome
here I
to
am.
our modest workshop.
Jed and I are investigating the Dream Scourge.
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
That's not good. Giada said your machine could help with research.
Yes, her theory of the Dream Scourge, I'm quite familiar. What I need is a stronger power source.
A battery of grimoires?
Grimoires can hold intense power, but not for long. Besides, grimoires require a wizard to draw in essence. It's too dangerous at this scale. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
At the risk of stating the obvious, we're standing in front of a massive Adra pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died.
Yeah, no shit.
Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards. Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go. That Adragon's heart isn't gonna yank itself out.
I hope I'm right. I shudder to think what will happen if I'm not.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
Bless you. You're most.
You should keep an eye on that scrape on your arm. You don't want it to get infected.
It barely even counts as a scrape.
That's the worst kind of flesh wounds. Lots of open skin contact. Snap flies like the peeled skin. Fog mites love the blood.
I'm sure... Sure, it's nothing to worry about.
I have some tanglewood in my pack. That should clear it right up.
Okay, okay. If you insist.
You can thank me later. That's what I'm here for.
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valian republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood.
Giada had to make her point Vidara was being unreasonable.
No doubt. That's why I admire the resolve.
Yeah, no shit.
Living Landers can be contrarian and combative. That's what sends a lot of us here in the first place. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth.
Hell yeah.
You seem to have turned out okay. You and Giada, come to think of it. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Sometimes that just makes it easier.
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Wait, what did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side. Of course. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form, and I think we could learn from one another. Yeah, I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent. You're smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield. I'm happy to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime...
Nice. +1 might and +1 constitution. Sweet.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that.
Oh yeah.
Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her.
She's right, trying to ignore an obvious threat. They can call off the harvest on the opinions of a single person. You don't seem like one to avoid conflict.
Conflict? No. Consequences for my actions? Oh yes. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing. Oh. Because it's not that interesting, really, and knowing about it won't keep you alive, and I don't like talk, so why pry? Wouldn't you rather your wilderness guide be happy and unburdened by thoughts of his past? Maybe, maybe not. Isn't it enough that I'd rather not talk about it?
Why? You don't want to talk about it? Talk about it.
I appreciate that, Envoy. Anyway, what do you need?
Talk about that
Ask
road
away.
stair then.
Let's see. Less urgency for shelter here. You can find shrubs to block the wind or tree cover to protect from rain. There's
Okay.
also plenty of food around too, if you know where to look. Rule of thumb, if it's red, don't eat it. Or if it makes you itch. There's also just about any kind of game you can imagine. Just make sure whatever you catch doesn't have mushrooms growing out of its face. Oh, and be careful when you leave the roads. You never know when that deer you killed was some Delumgon's favorite pet. I get a weird feeling when I get close to Lake Lacuna. Like there's something there that shouldn't be. It's always been thick forests and crawling vines, but now it's like the forest has had enough and is ready to wipe us all out. That said, at least it's fertile. And you can still eat most of the vegetation here, though I wouldn't touch the mushrooms. Especially the ones that move around on their own.
Okay.
Let's see. Water can be a problem out here. Don't drink from the rivers or creeks you find here. They're full of saka. Literally. You can get good water from inside most plants here, especially the larger vines. Or you can tap most of the trees for sap. I always put out some kind of cloth to collect the dew in the morning. That's assuming Kai doesn't take it and use it as a nose rag. Oh, there's another tip. Make sure the people you're traveling with aren't Nimdudes. Right. If I must.
Oh, we got another message.
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field.
Are we gonna make these dreams a habit?
We had not considered this. Our roots cannot grow through their loam. We only speak to you. We wilt, we gnaw with hunger now. What has come of this place?
I'm doing pretty good, Olivia. Thanks for asking. How are you doing today? Situation in Fior is dire. Someone needs to help them. Maze Fior has survived as long as it has. Situation in Fior is dire. Someone needs to
A
help
hand
them.
of generosity, or a gauntlet of steel. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals?
It's called animancy.
A new tongue, an unfamiliar name. A harvest grows, the dead rise. What do they hope to achieve?
They want to heal souls.
Set what has been broken, soothe the pain. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make?
Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hey, no problem. Glad you're doing good. Animancy is illegal in Adair. They build walls in their hearts, why do they not share what they make? Many people don't trust animancers.
The hound cannot recognize itself. It growls at its own reflection. Should we fear it too?
No knowledge is good or evil. What matters is how we use it.
Fire that burns the forest feeds the soil with its ash. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
Cool. Makes sense. Sort of. I still haven't quite figured out what the hell they are. What she is. I'm gonna figure it out. Sorry to bother you, but you can ask me a question. Sure. What's up, Olivia? I gotta go back to that farm that I already visited and talk to her. Hello, Elia.
My farmhands are very affectionate. Feel free to pet them if you like.
Jada wants your opinion on the Dream Scourge.
Giatta Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Yeah, he did. It's not random. I get asked every other day. I'm okay, Olivia. Thank you, though. Gossip travels fast. Banished was the word he used, probably to make it sound official. I don't want to talk about gossip and like offender. Banished was the word he used, probably to make it sound official.
That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
You want me to drive your thumb across throat?
Yes, quickly and mercifully if you can. Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put the poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a Revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come.
Okay, fair enough.
Great. Take care.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll do lunch, babe.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, you can. Okay. Where do all the corpses come from?
Whether you're raising cows or corpses, every farmer lives with death.
Any connection with what happened to Beatrice?
Silvo is on a strict diet, but I suppose he could have gotten into the crops when my back was turned. You never know with these rascals.
Where do all the corpses come from?
Outsiders and travelers down on their luck. You'd be surprised how many people want to sell their bodies to animancy.
Say what you will about mercenary and military life. At least your obligations end at death.
Anyone else see a downside to giving monetary value to corpses?
This is a good forever home for the undead. Better than some crypt, anyway. But sometimes we have bad days.
Would you be interested in buying my future corpse?
Really? Oh, I've always wanted a godlike for the stables. Deal. You've made me a very happy animancer.
Make sure she doesn't try to collect till after your death.
I'm not dragging your corpse back here from some ancient ruin, I'll tell you that.
Once you've dealt with Silvo, we can finalize the arrangements. That should cover everything. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So, we're killing a revenant then? She just couldn't come out and say that?
And this is why I don't take pets.
Emerald. We're animancer.
There's...
Giat, but it's an uphill climb. Come back soon.
Yeah, I love all the secret little shit that hidden everywhere. I was gonna save you, Silvo. I wasn't gonna do this. We didn't need to fight. Why, buddy? Why? You could have been my pet.
Everyone okay?
I didn't mean to, but I had to put him down.
Envoy, a pleasure.
I dealt with Silvo.
Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
You promised me some answers.
So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
We need to find the source of the difference if there's any hope of stopping it.
But how to find something so well hidden? Can something so metaphysical even be found? Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say.
Fascinating. I'm sure Giada will be interested to hear this.
Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change.
Yeah, no shit.
You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock. Ah, before I forget, here's a down payment on your body. And here's your collar. Try not to lose it. You're going to love it here. Hopefully not for a while, though.
Great. Now I have to add to my list of idiotic ideas.
Let's hope we steer clear of assassins for the time being.
Summons a revenant to fight with you. Bell collars is just no more by farmhouse. Dude, that's freaking cool. I summoned a ghosty. I'm gonna get eaten by a shark. Really? Okay.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Ah, I hate speculation. I want answers.
That's a pretty chest. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's talk to them.
Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
They're wearing one of Elia's collars. Do you think they're undead?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike shows all the classic indicators of intelligence, but not of sentience. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or two.
Giata must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giata needs to finish her research. Deal?
No.
The information wouldn't be worth anything if we just gave it to her freely, now would it? Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? So, you believe we need your help. Interesting.
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giata wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giata will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
All right. Elia believes the Dream Scourge and the Living Lands have a common ancestor.
That wouldn't surprise me. Both are natural occurrences, after all. Terrible, but quite natural.
Most natural things are. Terrible, that is.
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Hurry, before they change their minds.
I wish I knew.
Well, if it isn't my favorite godlike. Well, if it isn't my favorite godlike.
Guys, I almost died. That's scary, bro.
This place could use a broom or two. And maybe a team of carpenters.
Hey, I don't care who you are. You can't go around reading someone's journal. Was it everything you hoped? Or have you got any lingering questions you're dying for me to answer? What I think is none of your business. At least it used to be. I don't have time for this. What do you want, anyway? Ha! You're in the wrong place. You'll find little of value in what remains of Fjord's mercantile district. Obviously, it has seen better days.
This doesn't seem like the place to build docks.
Ha! You're telling me. 40 years ago, this place was a bustling harbor, shipping food to Thirdborn, Paradis, and the occasional smaller settlement. I would know. I was still right here, at this very post. Dwarves live longer, so 40 years isn't that long to us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some ruins to watch over. From now on, go bother someone else.
She made me do it. She was mean to me. She made me do it.
Yeah.
I was just doing
This is one of the Living Land's main
some
export
adult
hubs.
chores.
Or
Didn't do anything wrong.
it used to be.
Probably using me as an example. Pick on the new kid, you know? I'll be back out there in no time.
Adult chores. It's probably not what I thought. Well, you mean you're just being an adult? Yeah, laundry chores. Okay. I was like, I mean, a little bit, but also that's kind of like how it's phrased in America. If you do something adult, like it's usually like alcohol or like that. So when you said adult chores, I was like, why are they adult chores instead of just chores? They aren't chores? Okay, fair enough. Well, that's all that was. Difference in how we communicate. Audra, that's nice. But yeah, you made it back in time for me to get off here soon and go make hamburgers. But I'm gonna be back on today. I'm not gonna stay off all day. It's too early in the day to not get back on, so. Not sure what we're gonna play later. We're gonna play something later. Because grown-ups have to do it and non-grown-ups don't. Okay. I'll let you have this one, princess. You are right and I am wrong.
Yeah.
Barely. No problem. My ego can take a loss or two. Man, where the heck's all the hidden stuff? I guess we got one more quest I should grab. Yeah. I don't know. Not sure, princess. Not sure. It's Monday. Who knows where everybody is or what they're doing?
Seven in the past week. How am I supposed to live like this?
I don't know how you're supposed to live like this.
Ah, Ado. You've caught me at an unfortunate time. You wouldn't happen to be an animancer?
Why, animancer? Never heard of such a thing.
Gods, it's about time somebody like you came along. If I have to chase down one more revenant, I'll lose my mind.
In your defense, I wouldn't want to catch a dead body.
They can't even move fast, but I turn away for an instant and another one is gone. It wouldn't be so bad if I had any idea where they went. All I'm doing is wearing my shoes out.
I'm lucky in a sense, don't have many chores. So burgers again, LOL. Wife just messaged me saying she found a good Boston butt roast and a pork belly at the store. No, we're just doing burgers again. I'm gonna do burgers for lunch and burgers for dinner and get rid of all the focaccia bread that we have. And because it's fucking super cheap. A pound of 90-10 beef ground at the store. Not in like a prepackaged thing, but like ground at the store, 90-10. Is on sale from $10 down to $6 right now. $4 off. Probably old beef or something, I don't know, but it's, I mean, it can't be that old because the sale runs for like 2 weeks, but anyway, so we're going to be eating a shit ton of burgers. Just saves a shit ton of money. I just made that birria and that shit was expensive.
People People are used to the damned things wandering around. I'm the one who's panicking here. If Elia finds out, I'll never hear the end of it.
People said it was like dating your grandmother. I mean, the game's not amazing, but I'm gonna finish it. It's pretty good.
I have to have some standards, even at a time like this. You know, maybe there is. I've caught them trying to shamble off to the nearby lake before. Revenants aren't very bright. That can't be a coincidence. I was hoping you'd say that. I'd look myself, but I don't trust the few subjects I have left. Oh, and if you find something, I want to see whether it leads the surviving revenants back.
All right. I don't see a lake. Hello? Even better if it's not mass produced. Nice find. Yeah, I know. It is a nice find. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm stoked. Meteor shower is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You drink lots of sody pop, Alima? Oh, two's not bad.
Ah, a new face. Welcome, welcome. There may not be much left, but feel free to take a look.
Our little local grocery store cuts all their own. My cousin owns it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'd go there a bunch.
I
I suppose that is fair, considering the sorry state of affairs here. Most of what is here is just scrap and forgotten things.
Show me what you have. That awaken Adra, man. Want it. Want it. So we shop there when we can, even though several things are more expensive, more like everything. Yeah, that's kind of how Rosar's is. It's worth it though. We like shopping there. That violent human is going on Wednesday to do more work on my house. I hired on a friend's recommendation the closest thing to a cesspool. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't heard you complain about him yet. What's the matter? He put his dirty, stinking clothes on my leather dining chair. Yeah. That would be frustrating. That's also pretty understandably frustrating. Probably shouldn't be drinking on the job. Then how mouse shaping is the best. Damn it. How did you get into this place, or can you just not? I guess that wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple places you just can't get into. I guess not. Okay. He's finishing on Wednesday outside and he's not allowed into the house. Well, hopefully he does a good job finishing up whatever you hired him to do. Yeah, Jet, unless you're me. Good old streamer. I can very well tell he's not fond of water by the sound. Oh my god. Dang, you really don't like this guy. By decree of Governor Ignacy Vidaro, food rationing is now in effect. You may buy enough to meet the needs of your household, but unnecessary hoarding will not be taught.
Yeah. What do you mean that's all you've got? Last week you said there'd be grain.
I know what I said, but we only have so much to go around.
Are the animals starving as well?
No cutting in line.
Or are they sipping
I was here
tea?
first.
Take it up with the governor.
Another late
I will make
harvest.
the rules.
How do they expect me to feed my family? Last season, we were lining up all the way to the river. But at least there was enough food for everyone.
I've noted that this market is pretty dead.
It's not just the market either. Emerald Stair might as well be a graveyard. Animancers are supposed to work miracles on these lands. But what good are miracles if we're starving?
It's bad all over. Trust me.
Soon my share miracles, maybe yours will come. Stay strong, someone will find a solution.
When? How long are we supposed to wait when there's nothing to hope for? Animancers gave us these farms. If the harvest doesn't come, they'll be the ones who pay.
Don't be so quick to grab your torches and pitchforks.
We're not worried about biting the hand that feeds us anymore, now that we know it's empty.
An empty hand can still slap the soccer out of you.
Word of advice, Outlander. Don't tarry in Emerald Stair. Not if you value your life. I hope the gods send you here for a...
Listen, if you need food, you're going to have to get in line like everyone else.
You should know Elder Rosanna stole food from your larders.
I had noticed food missing, but I hoped it was rats. I would normally let this sort of thing slide, but right now, every piece of food missing is a person who goes hungry.
I would be happy to compensate you for the lost food. I'll pay the cost of the lost food and we can be done with this. Elder Rosanna took the food to assuage the recently dead.
I empathize with Rosanna. I really do. My family shares those beliefs, and has for as long as I can remember. In this situation, though, I truly believe the living need the food more than the dead.
Same. I got the stolen food back from Rosanna.
Thank you. I know she took this for a reason, but let's feed the living first before worrying about the dead.
Agreed.
I don't hold this against her. Rosanna truly has Fior's best interests at heart, even
True.
if her priorities are out of order.
Also true.
Thank you for returning the food. It's a small thing, but it's a big deal to us.
You're welcome.
The people needed this food more than the dead do. You made the right choice.
I'm probably about halfway done, Princess. I'm hoping the story picks up here soon. It's starting to pick up. Starting to learn a little bit about the Dream Scourge and shit. But yeah, I think we're about halfway. But that's also because I take a long time and explore lots of stuff. I like to explore, it's fun. I'm at the point now that I've drank the majority of my life. Thank God I never got that bad. I never really drank after a young age. Wasn't really my jam. Never really has been. I'll do it occasionally. Have some mimosas or something with the wife, but that's about it. Do not enter. Due to structural instability caused by recent sinkhole activity, this building is condemned until further notice. Okay. Sinkhole activity, huh?
Yeah.
Gods, what do I tell Sylvia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it?
Why don't you tell me what you lost instead of insulting me?
I left the whole pile right here. Enough food, good food, safe food, to get us through the next few months. I went inside just for a moment. The bandits took everything. This was probably her last harvest. There's not a damn thing left to eat.
Is something else wrong at this farm?
What? No. We're fine. No smuggling, no dream scourge. What are you implying?
You said her last harvest, not ours. Is something wrong with your wife?
Huh. Like sticking your nose in other people's business, do you?
If I can help, I'd like to.
Ah, not you two. Gods. What do I have to lose? My wife, she's sick. Not a dream troll. Just sick. We've known for a while now. But treatment is... I thought if she could eat well for whatever time she had left, she'd be more there. It's weeping fever. A rose draught would clear her up. But good luck finding any to spare. When they ran away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival. There!
Yeah, that happens a lot, Jet. I just kind of ignore it. Know what I mean? Oh. Those seeking the inhabitants of this building may find their new domicile within the walls of Fear. Living outside the walls will simply become too dangerous by order of Governor Vidal. This property is to remain vacant until further notice. I have no idea how to get up there. I don't think you can.
I really don't think you can deny that everything wrong in Fior obviously comes from using animancy.
We don't use animancy on our farms in Dawnshore, and our forests aren't trying to kill us.
I don't know what you want from me. The other Animancers and I are just doing the best we can to survive.
Fior will be better able to survive if they accept help from the adherents.
The adherents have already made great strides in bringing order to Paradis.
I just want to go home without being harassed.
My wife's...
I wouldn't let...
I have things to do, you...
I wouldn't let an Animancer within 100
Did you
yards
perceive
of
this
my
game to
crops.
be amazing based on marketing hype? No, it's based on their track record. Obsidian made some of the best, in my opinion, RPGs of all time. Fallout New Vegas.
This one's mine. Arms up.
And they made the Outer Wilds. And so I just expected it to be good based on those games.
Found that one.
Oh, man.
Another down.
Damn, he almost one-shotted me.
Se o mesmito!
Don't die.
Another win, but who's counting?
Who's there? Somebody help! Can anyone hear me?
The graphics are so good. The storyline isn't as exciting as I thought. Well, I'm still hoping the storyline can grip us. Like, yeah, they didn't do a good job of making us care that the Dream Scourge exists, but I am interested in the Dream Scourge, and I'm also interested in whoever the hell keeps talking to me at night
I'm down here.
when I'm sleeping. Shit.
Coming for the right. Oh.
Send him to the wheel.
Look left.
No.
To your left. Look up, Envoy. Left. Left. Oh, that hurt. Just wait.
Damn, dude. Yeah, this one you probably have to be playing it for you to get that fight factor.
Is anybody there? I'm in trouble. Who's
He's
there?
in trouble.
Keep going. I'm down here.
He's down there. Save old Felipe.
Got all our lunch ingredients ready.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna go make lunch and watch a little TV, guys. We'll start another stream in a couple hours, and I'll be on tomorrow as well. For those of you that are in Europe, I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry, I only got about 4 hours in this morning, but I'm gonna get a couple more hours in later after lunch. And then I'll be back tomorrow, same time, around 10 o'clock like I was today, unless something happens. Yeah, I'll be a little farther, Princess. I'll try and let you know what's going on in the story. Because if I play today, I'll probably be a little bit farther. So I'll let you guys know what's going on with the story. Of course, Megan, I hope restarting the stream earlier made it easier for you to stay connected. I hope that fixed that issue. I lowered the bit rate a little bit, so hopefully that like fixed any issue you were having over there. I don't know if it did or not, but I was hoping it did. Yeah, no problem, Princess. I want you guys to be entertained and interested. I'm just sticking it out for another day or two to try and figure out what's going on, because I've been here the whole time, so I'm pretty interested. You just have to have seen all the cutscenes and have seen all the little moments where like I get whispered to from some kind of spirit or something, and they're talking and whatever. And each time the spirit whispers to me, my choices and my responses to the spirit kind of change like their tone and how they speak. So I'm wondering if all my decisions there are going to have some kind of effect on the end of the game. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in a couple hours or tomorrow. Catch you guys later. Bye, Jet. Bye, Maggie. See you guys in a little bit or tomorrow. I mean, I'll be live in a little bit, but I mean, tomorrow if you're busy.